Biden considering using novel legal theory to subvert Congress on debt ceiling fight. Let's dive into the details, shall we? As President Joe Biden prepares to meet with House and Senate leaders regarding the ongoing debt ceiling issue, insiders and pundits have offered speculation that Biden and his advisors are considering using the 14th Amendment to subvert congressional authority, negating the debt ceiling by simply declaring it unconstitutional. In short, it is a move that will trigger an immediate constitutional crisis, an utter nightmare. According to Washington Examiner, Biden is scheduled to meet with Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, Tuesday, alongside Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican from Kentucky, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat from New York. The debate, frustratingly for many conservatives, doesn't even center around whether the debt ceiling should be raised, but only if an increase should be married to major spending cuts, a proposal that the Democrats wouldn't even discuss in the Senate. McConnell has stood beside McCarthy in demanding the White House and Schumer accept the spending cuts, answered by Joe Biden vocally refusing to negotiate, insisting upon a clean debt ceiling increase. The Tuesday negotiations seem to indicate a possible change in that position. However, dating back to the Obama administration, Democrats have floated the novel legal theory that by declaring the debt ceiling unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment, Biden could override Congress and keep the government open for business by issuing debt independence of the legislature. Going into this meeting, speculation is rife that this is Biden's ace in the hole. The 14th Amendment states in part the validity of the public debt of the United States authorized by law, including debts incurred by payment of pensions and bounties for services in suppressing insurrection or rebellion, shall not be questioned. Troublingly, Biden has seemed loath to take the option off the table, as noted by Redstone's Bonchi. Were Biden to attempt this route, one which even his Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told ABC's George Stephanopoulos would be a constitutional crisis, the situation could turn from tense to chaotic almost overnight. Nonetheless, she refused to rule it out. Yellen told the host, "All I want to say is that it's Congress's job to do this. If they fail to do it, we will have an economic and financial catastrophe that will be of our own making. And there is no action that President Biden and the U.S. Treasury can take to prevent that catastrophe." Adding later, "I don't want to consider emergency options." Biden seems to have support for this notion on the Hill as well. Appearing on Inside with Jen Psaki on MSNBC, Democrat Representative Jamie Raskin, Democrat from Maryland, implied that such a move would be justified. Asked by Psaki if Biden has the authority to invoke the 14th Amendment to raise the debt ceiling on its own, Raskin said, "I think he has that authority under these circumstances, absolutely. The Congress has put him in a constitutionally untenable position," she said. David Kamen, a former deputy director of the White House National Economic Council for Biden, told the Washington Post, "You have to worry about the interest rates, the market reaction, the effect on financial markets that rely on Treasury. There's no way to avoid potentially significant economic damage given the debate that would ensue. Such action would be immediately taken to court," according to Washington Post. No matter what the merits of the debate are, Biden officials fear that investors would demand much higher interest rates to buy government debt that the courts could throw out, since prospects for repayment would be unclear. That could lead to federal borrowing costs to spike, as well as drive up rates for other loans, and it could still lead to the same broader panic in financial markets that it is intended to avoid, administration officials fear. Furthermore, a majority of the American people seem to favor a government shutdown rather than allowing more spending. This would likely be exacerbated by the severe economic damage that Biden taking the 14th Amendment route could inflict. According to Rasmussen, in a January poll, 56% of likely U.S. voters would rather have a partial government shutdown until Congress can agree to either cut spending or keep it the same. Only 34% disagreed. On the heels of the third major bank failure of 2023, in fact, the second, third, and fourth largest failures in U.S. history, according to Bankrate, a sovereign debt crisis could prove catastrophic on a national and even global macroeconomic scale. Such an event would be unthinkable even in a robust economy not still reeling from 2 years of deliberate global economic shutdown. In the weakened and precarious state of the U.S. and global economy, Democrat hubris and unwillingness to submit to House Republicans' power of the purse could trigger nothing short of a financial Armageddon. Yeah, I mean, that's probably just happening regardless. The economy is doomed. All these bank failures, it's very similar, as I've said before, from the 2008 crisis where one major bank failed in March and then the whole catastrophe of 2008 happened in the fall. But now there's a lot of banks failing this time around, and then you have all this debt ceiling crisis and everything. Yeah, I mean, no option's good. I mean, the only option would just be to negotiate, right, to raise the debt ceiling. Other than that, the economy is it's just doomed. Like if Biden does this, then like they were saying in this article, the markets are going to get worried. They're going to be like, wait, what? Now there's going to be a constitutional thing and the courts could throw it out and all this stuff. It's like, oh, no. So, yeah, I assume that they're just going to end up agreeing on raising the debt ceiling. That's just what always happens. But who knows? If not, there could be a lot of fireworks. Let's put it that way. But it's probably coming by the end of the year anyways. Just look at how bad the banks are failing right now. So whether there's a real big problem with these negotiations or not, it's not looking good. But let me know, what's your opinion on the story? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for daily news updates, hit that notification bell, and share this video to help spread the news. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.